Okay, I am so excited to bring to you a behind the scenes look of what I'm studying. Come with me. I am so excited. I am excited. This is the first time I'm trying all of this. If you could, just like you would with a weather forecast, if you could get an energy forecast of a location personalized to you before you went, would you do it? That is exactly what I am specializing in, and I'm sharing a behind the scenes look at the things that I'm learning. What we are looking at is my relocated map. This is exciting. What we're looking at is my relocated map in Grenada. I was invited to a yoga retreat in Grenada that's taking place in April. And I wanted to go, but I wanted to get an energy forecast to see what the energy would be like specifically for me. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to select the date to go there so that I can see my relocated chart. So this is a snapshot of the sky if I were born in Grenada and I were visiting. So where I was born, which is Chicago, Illinois, the planetary placements are different now. So we see the sun is now in the 10th house. My rising sign, instead of Capricorn, it is Aquarius. So that is what that looks like. Okay. Next thing I'm going to share with you is a map. This is the map of the area, the general area where I will be visiting if I were to go to Grenada on April 5th. And what we see are latitude lines called parents. And we also see some transitory planets happening in white. So these lines are fixed. That means that in the sky when I was born, these energies were going, stretching all the way from where I was all the way out here. Okay, first thing off the bat, what I see, I notice there is a Jupiter Ceres connection here. There is a Mars Chiron connection, and there is a Mercury Ceres connection. Ceres is an asteroid that is considered like the good luck asteroid of the common folk, if you look into folklore. So, like the farmer, the everyday person. Um, and I'm also noticing right off the bat that because Mars and Chiron are together, and this is a fixed line going straight through Grenada, I figured out that I would not want to be there. But to be sure, I want to take the measuring tool and measure. So this yoga retreat, Mars, the energy of Mars, it's good for movement. It's good for, yeah, it's good for movement, right? But Chiron being a healer of others through, let's say Chiron is kind of like a coach. It heals others because it couldn't heal itself. So I want to go to a yoga retreat for myself. And while Mars is in my 11th house in the relocated chart, if we recall, Mars is in the 11th house of groups, of friendships. I don't know that I would want to go there, although Mars will be transiting the 6th house. So that lets me know, because this outer wheel is the transits and this inner wheel is the relocated um, birth information. So Mars would be transiting my 6th house. Mars would be in the sign of Cancer in April. It would be in the 6th house that has to do with health. And Mars is already not feeling good when it's in the sign of Cancer. It's frustrated because it won't be able to fully express itself. Now, going to a yoga retreat might help with that. But again, Chiron paired with Mars is not something that I want to experience. It can be a very emotionally painful experience in a group setting, and I want to be there. So back to this tool. The yoga retreat is set to be in an area near the water. So I don't know exactly, even if I zoom in, I don't know how close we would be, but I'll take this measuring tool and going to the water. That's 35 miles. That's like less than 1 degree. If we know planetary placements, this is like 33, 35 miles. That's just going to be a difficult time. And this is what I'm learning in astrocartography. So if someone were sitting in front of me and they would go to a place, I would take this type of methodology. I would say, okay, what are you going for? What would be the purpose for the trip? What kind of energy would you expect to experience? And then I would share the type of energy that they would likely experience. So if I were if I had an intention of meeting people and making professional connections and making sure that I'm in integrity as I typically, as I am anyway, I would maybe use this Pluto transit on the ascendant as a way to consider being in the area, but again, measuring this Pluto transit with the fixed lines. First of all, Pluto and Mars, I don't know that I want to be there with Chiron, Pluto, and Mars. But let's say this is about almost 200 miles away from the exact line. So it may be a weaker energy. So I still wouldn't want to go, because if the purpose were to experience a rise to power, Pluto on the ascendant, a rise to power, then I still wouldn't go because I wouldn't be close enough. That would take place near Costa Rica, as we can see. Now, this Jupiter Ceres line, it's also pretty far away, measuring a little less than 100 miles. But 100 miles is greater than 35 miles. So that is a way that we can get an energy forecast before we visit. And that's one way, that's a significant way to, let me get back to sharing. I'm aware of this need amongst the collective to exodus. I'm aware of the need to go to a place where You may want to experience the feeling of home if you're not feeling that right now, if you're not experiencing that now. And I saved myself a minimum of $4,500 for that yoga retreat. Who knows what else could have arisen? There, I mean, we just don't know how things will play out. We just know when there's an energy that you know the background on. I know the energy of Mars. I know the energy of Mars paired with Chiron, or I can interpret it, I would say. And with Mars, so also something that I would take into consideration if you were the client in front of me, I'll just take myself. I was born during the day. So Mars is not my best planet, even though I am a Mars ruled sign in traditional Hellenistic astrology. I am a Scorpio sun sign, and so I'm ruled by Mars. But I will still say that Mars is like I'm born in the day, so Saturn would be the lesser malefic planet than Mars would be. So taking into consideration the sect or the chart that the person has, so whether you're born during the day or born at night, I would look at the relocated chart to see where the planets are in that new location for you. Were you born in that place? And I would look at the transits. I would then place that overlay on the map called Astrocartography, Astrology of Place, and pair that with cyclocartography, timing. This is invaluable, and there is a need for this. The need is rising. I am here to meet that need. If you would like to be one of my first clients to help me use this, I would be honored to help you. And I would also be offering a tremendous introductory discounted rate for this service. I can say right off the bat, I have seen astrocartography consults go for a minimum of $150. And that's the starting range. I would just like to help more people so that in exchange, at a discounted rate, I would love your testimonial. I would love your feedback. And if this interests you, please book a consultation with me at beyondsunconsulting.me. This is what I'm working on behind the scenes. I think after helping maybe the first 25 people, then, the more you do something, the better at it you get. Just like this whole YouTube thing. The more I do it, the better I get. My name is Nubia. I am an astrology consultant and coach with beyondthesunconsulting.me. At the age of 43, I finally chose to pivot from pursuing veterinary medicine for 2 decades and instead chose to pursue my passion of astrology. And within a year, I chose a career for myself where I am paid well. In fact, I'm paid better than most entry-level veterinarians. I am now focused and expanded in my fulfillment of delving deeper into astrology. And I know that while we're not all born with a map, while we're not all born with a manual when we come here, each and every one of us is born with a map. I learned through my map that I was made for this work. Let me know how this resonates with you. Leave me a comment. Share this information with someone that you think it could help. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. That's still engaging. Okay? And it'll get more eyes on it to say, why is everybody putting a thumbs down on this video? But I know it's helpful. So before I ramble on, thank you so much for tuning in to this behind the scenes. It feels so good to be on purpose. It feels so good to be in purpose and to have the timing component, to know that just like the seasons, our focus can change from time to time. And I want to help you focus. If you have so many things that you want to do, I can help you focus on what should you do right now so that you can make progress, so that you can feel good, so that you can get that momentum going. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Nubia. I look forward to helping you. And you can book a consultation at beyondthesunconsulting.me. Thanks so much. See you next time.